Good afternoon, good evening, and in some places, maybe good morning. Coach Corey, MRDC here, Mooresville Ripfest Diving Club. This is a safety tip of the day for the diving world. A lot of times, reverses. Oh my goodness, getting those youngsters in the middle school who only get to practice 5 to 10 hours a week makes it really hard to fine-tune all those mechanics to make sure they're ready for those competitions and that. There are times when I'm at a meet and the diver has issues with their balance. So balance is forward, their reverses are going straight out. Of course, they have no other direction to go. Once most of their mass is way out in front of their center of gravity, they're kind of done at that point anyways. But in that case, what I've heard some coaches say before is get those shoulders back on takeoff, or they may actually use the word pull your shoulders back on takeoff. That is one thing that I will interject if I hear at a competition with an athlete and a coach. I would go to the coach first and ask them why they were saying that, but then I would maybe address that is a very, very dangerous cue to give an athlete when they're learning their reverses. This is Nubs. It's one of our friends that's here. It's called Nubs, of course. There's not much that is there. Now, if Nubs has his flat feet on the board, you can see which direction Nubs is aiming. We're going forward no matter what. Most of those kids where the coaches are going to say, get your shoulders back. Well, it is a balance issue, so we need to talk more about the balance that they have in that magic position when the board is downhill like we have right here. So if we're having leaning issues, an athlete, if they want to actually rotate backwards, they're going to have to use torque. So they're going to have to use their shoulders pulled just to get something started. The good thing is when they're doing that from here, their hips are going more out. We're not spinning back into the board. Now, let's say your athlete is in the appropriate balance, as you should be able to see right there. And that balance is slightly behind the vertical plane. Okay? Slightly behind the vertical plane. This board is on a downhill slope. This is 25 degrees, a good average for most of your athletes. Big boys and strong ladies in that, down to 33 degrees is the max you can go out, but 30 is a good one for those on your slant boards. This one's at 25. Now, if the force of that board is going directly through the center of mass, which is going to be here, the shoulders are clear of that center of mass. So we're already going to be spinning up. Now, if that athlete has the appropriate balance and they pull their shoulders when the board catapults, then what that's going to do is that's going to make them spin right into the board. And unless you are skilled at doing gainer spotters, we don't want you trying those for the first time doing reverses. So please, coaches or anybody else that's out there working with any of the youth or our adult masters and stuff, please don't ask the athletes when they're on reverses to pull those shoulders back. What we want to do is we want to talk about the balance issue that they have for the reason why they need to have those shoulders back to get that started. So we have to work on that balance position prior to focusing on, hey, because those shoulders should be still, all right? Those shoulders should not be moving when your arms are moving, and then we are standing up from the butt. Those shoulders are going to block, all right? We don't want the shoulders moving, okay? Because what's happening above the center of gravity will directly be reflected below, okay? And that's going to kick that out, all right? Lower body will go out. And if our center of gravity is in the right spot, boop, sorry, shoulders are in. We are going to be in trouble. So, safety tip of the day on your reverses. Don't pull your shoulders back. Keep your shoulders still. Focus on getting into the appropriate magic position, which is where our center of gravity is loaded, right over our heels. Over our heels. That is the key. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time here at MRDC with Coach Corey.